All right, so what if I told you that I turned a dream into a completely new and foreign city for me into reality? Basically with a music event of one of my favorite DJs here in Medellín, Colombia. Now this basically all started about a year ago. I started basically getting more into DJing and more into music, especially here in Medellín, Colombia, which is where I'm actually based out of. During this whole process, we've played lots of shows. I can put them here on the screen in Cartagena, for example, like Panama. We've done Bogota, and even some other shows outside of Colombia and Panama as well, such as Brazil, and even some shows also in like some rooftops in New York. Now, one thing that we've noticed is that we wanted to bring more of like Afro house and deep house into Colombia. And we started doing our own events, and we also started our own record label to release music of myself and also my friends, right? Because not always all the records like our music. So we were just like, let's release as much as possible, and there'll always be someone that likes it. Now this basically led to us getting more in the spotlight, especially here in Colombia, to a point where one of the clubs, Salón Amador, actually came to us to host our very own first like club party, which was basically in front of the weekend of this festival called Rituales. Now this specific artist that they basically offered to us was, his name was actually Nitefreak. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. So we basically pulled everything out to make sure we got as many people to attend this event. Some things that we did is we had certain news outlets actually post about our event. We had influencers post about our event. We had friends and families posted in their Instagram stories. And we also did some boosting actually of some previous videos of our other rooftop party that we did, all on social media, which basically led to us almost selling out the entire event. We actually sold out the table section fully and the backstage area as well, which was super, super cool. Now on the day of the event, it was a little bit like new, of course, because like this was my first like big club event that we actually hosted. And actually a couple things went wrong. Like for example, when someone got out of their car, like it was like a taxi, and they tried to get into the club, they actually tripped and they fell on their face in front of the club, which caused a massive scene. Some other things that happened is like, hey, the sign didn't always arrive in time, some of the lights weren't working and all this kind of stuff. But basically, when the event was fully like operational and more people started tripling in, it actually went really well. Now, one thing that we actually did different for this event is that we basically ran the entire event through our own ticketing company, which is something that we've started also about 9 months ago. Because one thing that we've noticed here in Medellín is that ticketing is kind of like still a pain, especially for small to mid-sized events. They're wildly underserved. So we actually used our own platform, and not only helped us to selling more tickets, right? Because there's like a rule of thumb, if you can sell a ticket a couple days in advance, every day that person has that ticket, they'll tell 1.5 other people. So because of that, we were able to already pre-sell, I think 50% online, and then almost the rest of the entire tickets that we had, we were basically able to sell at the door. Now, not only cost it us for it to have like a super incredible and successful night, but also because we sold tickets already previously, people were able to enter really quickly with like their QR code that they had on their phone, because we basically built an app for this ticketing system. And people were basically able to come in real quick, and they didn't have to wait in line for 20, maybe even 30 minutes sometimes, because sometimes it gets that busy at this specific club, Salón Amador. Now, I'm not sure if I can share the exact numbers because a lot of this is actually in confidentiality, but I can say that we have actually made a couple $1,000s in profit just from like the ticket sales, right? From this event, which for me is already a huge plus. Like the main thing that I was looking for, honestly, is just to break even, because an event like this really helps our brand, not just like Tarab, the event brand and the record label, but also the ticketing app Sonic, right? So all in all, for us, this was a huge win. And we're basically able to put those profits back into our marketing. Now, the lessons that I've learned mainly from this event is to start earlier with the planning rather than later, right? Because sometimes things are just gonna take a lot longer than you expect. For example, certain designs, getting certain decoration out there, getting certain lighting out there and everything. You wanna make sure you can plan it as early as humanly possible so that even when the day arrives, like you still have a backup if something goes wrong, or you have a certain plan B for, let's say, AV and all this other stuff. Now, if you're looking to basically like set up like music events here in Colombia, or you have any questions, just put them in the comment section down below. And I'm curious if you guys have maybe set up your own events here in Colombia, or if you're looking to basically do one. One thing that I can recommend that really helped for me is to already have some type of brand, whether you're already a DJ or whether you've already set up events, because that will really help these clubs like trust you more in what you're doing and that you're confident that you can sell out certain dates. All in all, I'm actually very thankful for this experience. Like, I've been able to put some of my closest friends on the lineup, and some other great local DJs on this lineup. And what really paid off for me is like seeing how happy everyone was with the event, right? And that's the main thing what I do it for, honestly. So if you have any questions about the event or anything else, just drop a comment down below. Make sure to leave a like and share it if possible. And I'll basically try to get back to all of the comments. Thank you for watching. See you soon.